Welcome to Zooming to Webinar Success. If you're needing to plan a virtual meeting and are stuck, this series is for you. Full-time voice artist Grant Holmes is also a busy virtual meeting manager and on-screen host. Learn tips and tricks to having successful virtual meetings from step one. And now, here's your host, Grant Holmes, the webinar guy.
Well, good morning. This is Grant. It's episode 16 for the webinar guy. And today we're going to talk about sound. Well, last episode we talked about equipment and we touched on sound, and I promised to come back to this. So first of all, please excuse me. I'm fighting a head cold and going to be doing a lot of stopping to swallow and maybe even a drink here now and then. So far it's only water. All right. So anyhow, I covered some webcam considerations. Now, I didn't go way into depth. However, I just wanted to make sure, there's so many reviews online that they're exhaustive. Every kind of webcam you want are out there and they're reviewed ad infinitum and all that. Now, you may notice that I don't know if I did two cameras last time or not, but I've got two of the exact same cameras in my studio here. And those are the two different cameras, and then this is a different view of that camera. Okay, enough. Blah, blah, blah. So what's next? Well, another basic consideration is sound. As many of you may or may not know, I'm also a voice actor. I'm recording this in my home studio. I mention this as so often people want to go spend big bucks on recording equipment and miss one huge lesson. The room you're recording in, or in this case, hosting your webinar, virtual summit, online training, etc., the room can be more critical than the mic you buy. In fact, I'm pretty certain it is. You may not need to buy anything. So let's go over a few things here, and I'm also going to post a link to a video I did specifically on sound a while back. It's on my Grant's Voice channel, and I'll post the links in the comment because there's actually 3 different episodes. I have several regular clients that do their Zoom, webinar, WebEx, Jam, whatever, and the other sessions from a room in their house. They use the natural background. Now, natural in this case, meaning there's no green screen like this. There's no cute platform backgrounds. You know how that is on Zoom where people's hands disappear and all that. And they use a good earbud mic combo where the mic is on that little wired connection. The little wire comes down and the mic's right about here. Note the word wired. I highly recommend not to use Bluetooth connection earbuds. Dropped signals, dead batteries, and bad microphones are significant issues. It's not a big deal when your buds lose power listening to music in the garden, but in your webinar with 100 people, that's not a good time to have equipment fail. And yes, we've had it happen. Above, I referenced 3 videos I did on my Grant's Voice YouTube channel. I highly recommend you watch them, but here's the shorthand on those videos. First is that the environment, the room, the space that you are in is a huge part of the sounding good equation. Now, for example, my living room is a long box with hardwood floors. The echo in that room is substantial. Now, walk into this studio and that issue disappears. Sorry, a little water break there. Look for a room to work from with lots of soft things like sofas, pillows, etc. Or watch the videos. Second is the actual microphone. Go into any voiceover forum and ask what the best microphone is to buy. Go ahead, I dare you. It'll be like asking 4 guys down at the lake what the best bait is. Well, those 4 guys will give you at least 4 answers. You can spend less than $100 on a really decent USB mic. You can also spend thousands on a professional level microphone. Here's the problem. A better microphone will pick up more ambient sound. The recommendation here is to work with a company if you're in the US, like Sweetwater, and let their salespeople help choose for your voice, your environment, and your budget. Or another solution is buying from that return-friendly site that has smiles on their boxes, where you can return the microphone if you don't like it. And Sweetwater's really pretty good about that too. The biggest lesson here is not to overspend on equipment when you're starting out. If this is your first online meeting or webinar, people will most likely be kind and understanding, and use that grace period to try different environments and see what works best for you. And of course, the webinar guy is always available for a quick consult. We can get on Zoom or your platform and see what's going on. Now, next episode, we're going to talk about lighting. And until then, this series is for smaller organizations and solopreneurs that may not be tech savvy, don't know all the steps, or don't want to know all the steps to Zoom to webinar success. Over this series, I'm going to lead you through significant decisions and capabilities that you'll need to Zoom to webinar success. And as always, if you need help now, don't hesitate to reach out at webinarpro@thewebinarguy.com. Thanks for watching, and if you're on the podcast, thanks for listening. Would love to hear your questions and comments. See you next episode.